Okay. However, in practice, my experience with Chung Dahm Learning was considerably different from what I've just described, and from how the process, like the recruiting process, the training week, and the position was presented to me. So, um, what I've just told you is how the whole job and how the whole process was presented to me and explained to me by Eclipse and Chung Dahm. Um, and now I'd like to just go into how this actually worked in practice and my own experience with them. Okay, so I applied for a job teaching English with Chung Dahm Learning in mid-April 2009. I applied from Australia a few months after having returned home from overseas teaching English in Europe. This was the time of the global economic recession, and after having been unable to find a job for a few months, I considered going abroad once more to teach English. So I researched teaching English in South Korea, and after much consideration, I decided to apply for an English language institute called Chung Dahm Learning, which is one of the largest English hagwons in Korea, uh, which, uh, which, as I said before, boasts to be one of the most prestigious English schools in the country. I was quite impressed by their website, teachinkorea.com, as well as the monthly and hourly salary that they were offering. So, they've got a nice website, lots of flash and, you know, lots of pictures, very impressive, and, what they said about their company impressed me as well. Um, so overall, Changdam Learning seemed to be offering a higher salary than most other hagwons in Korea, which made me apply for a position with them through their website. So after about 24 hours of having applied for Changdam Learning, I was contacted by email by the recruiting manager who worked for Changdam's recruiting company, Eclipse, um, in their office in Sydney. And in his email, he thanked me for applying to Changdam Learning, and he provided me with some material about Changdam Learning, and he also gave me some basic suitability tests and tasks for me to complete, and requested that I provide a suitable time for either a video interview or a telephone interview. So anyway, I completed the test, which involved various tasks such as writing an essay in TOEFL style, a reading comprehension task in which I had to identify the main idea and the supporting idea and basic other parts of speech. And I also had to display basic critical thinking skills, such as like, is this fact or is this opinion? Just very basic things. So I completed the phone interview with the Eclipse recruiting manager in Sydney, and in which I further demonstrated my teaching ability. So we sort of had a few role plays over the phone. A day after completing the initial interview, I was informed that Eclipse had decided that I would be a suitable candidate to work for Changdam, and they gave me this offer of employment detailing my salary and so on. So anyway, in these initial stages of the recruiting process, Changdom Learning seemed like a reputable employer and a great opportunity for me to further my teaching career. However, as the recruiting process progressed, I became slightly uncertain and began to question both Eclipse and Changdam Learning's communication and organizational skills.